warm-up activity that I liked the most was related to racism. This activity was made by Daniela and Belen. The second warm-up activity that I liked the most was they were sharing with us two videos about the topic, two realities of people who have a different identity or country. They are from different countries. But before they did that, they told us that we have to draw on a piece of paper sheet, a flower.
The thing was, the more different colors
You used on it, like, I don't know, different figures like this. They were sharing with us two videos about the topic. And in those two videos, we have watched two realities of people who have a different entity or country. And of course they were related to the topic, racism. What I liked the most was before they did that, they told us that we have to draw on a piece of paper sheet, a flower. The more different colors you used on it,
well, the more colors you use in your flower, that meant that you are not the best, but you have a mind open. You are placed to other cultures.
the third warm-up activity that I liked the most too was related to consumerism. They stand in front of us and show us that we cannot always depend on things like the projector, data shows, etc. So they used the whiteboard. We had to make a brainstorming about the topic, and of course we were here and we had to move right straight to the whiteboard and write concepts about and related to consumerism.
And the more new options of cell phones were on television, he wanted more of them. And then he was like this. But suddenly it was happening that there was a new cell phone, and then he was like this, and then again like this. And on the other video, the second video, of course they wanted to make us reflect about advertising in our lives and how that affects our emotion, and that was through a video related to emotion, and mostly what happens when there is the situation about bullying. The fifth warm-up activity by Luciano was about globalization. That was about first place, about that he asked. He wanted 4 people to be representatives of different countries. Like, for example, here we have US, the US, We have Korea, I think that was so. And here is Chile, and there was another else. Here, I don't know, I'm not sure. But let's do it like X. Well, they were like all, they had to like being in touch with the other countries, and whenever this one got it, soon the other started to be doing the same thing, like in USA till Chile. And that was the result of globalization. It could be either worse for the countries or good. It has benefits on it. And the other thing was that he prepared another activity. There he needed two groups, and one group for they that agree with globalization, and the group two the ones who disagree. And of course the ones who agree with globalization had to spend some opinion about it, and disagree too. That was entertained. First of all, I have to say that I have worked with Pamela, in this activity. And we have created two activities for the topic stereotypes. On the one hand was the first activity, which was about the students in the room. They had to take a piece of paper sheet, and they had to write on it, answer the following question. So the question was, what will you give as a gift to a 5-year-old child? In this case, was a boy. Of course, if you had the chance, what would you give them? And also we share a video stereotype where we had a boy asking himself why should he help the other people if they didn't help him. While they were writing on the we told them that they had to keep it till the last moment of the warm-up, and sure that was the answer. So regarding the process of making our activities, first of all, I have to say, related to the first question, why did you create that activity in specific? First of all, we had a lot of problems related to how to get in touch each other, because that was mostly my problem. I have to work, and I know that the guys have to do other things, so that was related to get in touch, just that. But on regarding other things, I have to say there was no problem, just that. And a reflection about the role of warm-ups in class. Questions about a reflection of warm-up activity. What would a teacher want to incorporate them in classes? That's the question. A good question. Well, first I have to say, in my case, because I'm already a teacher, but German teacher, a teacher of German language. So in my classes, I prepare first an activity which has to be a warm-up activity, like to warm the topic and not make it bored, and to obtain better results. And that has to be too with the types of learning types in the children. They could be like hearing or visual. So you have to make it in those cases to, and that could be also for recognizing them, and for all in above all in a classroom, because there are too many people, children in our classrooms, children classrooms. So in this case will be many faces like happy. It's like it's to stimulate.